Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I'm in the San Fernando area of Los Angeles, and I'm going to go in and see the Nethercutt Museum. This is another car museum. I know I've done a lot of them, but every time I go into a car museum, I always see new brands I've never heard of, and they all have some unique feature to them. This one has a few old cars that were owned by some of the old movie stars that it will tell you about, and they've got a few rare, very rare items. So let's go in and I'll show you around. And I'm starting off with a 1911 Moon which is a brand I certainly have never heard of. Let's see here. They cost $1,500. Wow, imagine that. Nice looking car, classy. Here's a 56 Porsche, a little thing. Compare that to a 32 Austero Daimler. Look how big this thing is. And I just noted most of the cars in here are black. Dark green. A 21 Lincoln. And look at this fire truck. Wow. All that chrome. Can you imagine the polishing it took to restore that? That's a 1913 Christie. $8,000. Wow, this wheel about 5 feet tall. Gee, is it a Buick? 1905. Wow, that's something for 1905. 1930 Rolls Royce. This is a 37 Rolls Royce. 55 Rolls Royce. 58. And this one is a 63. Oh, wow. 72. Now we're getting up into some more recent years. Wow, what a Rolls Royce collection. A 66. Oh, look at this green one. 56 Phantom 4 Saloon, they called it. And this one, 37 Rolls Royce. Can you imagine the money that's in these things? Good Lord. 32 Rolls Royce. A 1931. And 1913 Rolls Royce. That's a high-priced car. Now here's a 39 Rolls Royce, but here we get to see the engine and the chassis. Gas tank. How about that? And I remember when white walls were the big rage back in the 60s. You had to pay extra for a white wall tire. Although they really didn't have any benefit of being a white wall, just the look. So that's why you just don't see them on modern cars anymore. Now here's a real bonus. A 37 Pierce Arrow pulling a camper. And they let us go inside. A 36 Pierce Arrow Travelodge trailer. Wow, I had no idea Pierce Arrow made trailers. Oh, this is some nice luxury. Dark wood though. People don't usually like dark interiors. This is a clothes closet. Got a gas heater there. And let's see in here. This is got a toilet and a sink and a mirror. And here we've got an Electrolux refrigerator. And look at these ice cube trays. Could you imagine if that's all you had for ice? Wow. Cabinets, kitchen sink, and 2 sofas, which I'm sure that turns into a bed. And then up front here, we've got a big sofa that I'm almost sure that folds out into maybe a queen size bed. Wow, nice. Really nice bonus being able to see that. Here's a 1919 Cunningham. You don't see many of those in museums. And 1916 Simplex. Not familiar with that. $7,000. Wow. This is a 1914 American. Made in Indianapolis. Lincoln Continental. Oh, and look what we have here. This is a music box. See that disc with all those holes in it? Oh, they got 4 discs there and then 1 really big one. Nice selection of music, I guess. And here's a piano from about 1912. It's a player piano. 1922 REO. Okay, folks, I bet none of you have ever seen one of these. You put a penny in here and turn the crank. Guess it doesn't work now. Here's some more info on it. Here's a nice little car, 1906 Franklin, with all white wheels. Not even white walls, just the entire wheel is white. I bet it doesn't stay white very long. And here is a player violin. I went through another museum a few months ago where they showed us how it actually played. 1913 Lozier, and this kind of orange rusty color one is a 1911 Pope Hartford. Well, haven't heard of that one either. This museum has some brands I've never heard of, several. And here is another music box. Yeah, this museum has some really rare, very rare vehicles. Wow. That is a 1912 white. I've seen whites in a lot of museums. I've seen a lot of Marmons. That must have been a really popular make. And here is 1952 Hudson. Don't see many of those. And here we've got 3 Cadillacs, a 37, a 1930, and a 32. Really dark blue. A 32 Lincoln. Here's 3 more Cadillacs, a 1933. And this is a 1935. And the 1938. 1930 Packard. This white one is a 56 Packard. When I first saw it, I thought, hey, that looks like a Chevrolet from the 50s. And they even have a DeLorean. The whole thing looks like it's stainless steel. I don't think it is, but it looks like it. See the gull wing doors? You can see the tops of them there. And it had a window within a window. Earned a red ribbon. 79 Lincoln. Now this is a huge, long, two-door car. Wow, imagine that. And look at that sunroof. Here's a 16 Packard. And what's different about this one is the cane work there. And this tells all about the caning. And here's another rare item. Any woody wagon is a rare item in a car museum. That's a 47 Ford. I've seen these before, and I've always thought Locomobile is a strange brand name for an automobile. Here's a cute little 1930 Ford Model A. And look at this rumble seat. For a long time, rumble seats were really the rage. Remember that moon I showed you in the beginning? Here's another moon. 1923. And they really modernized the moon. There's a 28 Diana I've never heard of. That was made by the Moon Company. And they have a few Cars of the Stars. This one was owned by Rudolph Valentino. Yeah. I don't think I've seen this brand before. And this one was owned by, guess who? Fatty Arbuckle. Wow, look at that. It's sort of a coupe with an open air car for the driver. I wonder how the driver liked that when it rains. Maybe it had some kind of top they could put over it. This is a 30 Cadillac owned by Cecil B. DeMille. I have seen a few Hupmobiles. And Hupp was the name of the owner of the manufacturing company. Okay, here's a new one on me. Doesn't look like anything really special. It's a brand I've never heard of. Remember the Tool Time TV show? This is the vehicle they used in it. And here's the info on that. The back end would fall down with this machinery on it, and tool cabinets. Everything is in this one huge room, which they have very nicely organized the cars. They also have a lot of little model cars on display and various trophies. I think this is, everything's behind glass, so it's hard to get good video. And here they have oil cans, spark plugs, horns. lights, all kinds of parts and accessories. A lot of different things here, a lot of hood ornaments. Quite a collection of hood ornaments, which used to be the big rage. Don't see many of those anymore. They do have this side room with some small cars. This is a 55 Thunderbird, a 46 Volkswagen, 52 Fiat, 26 Bugatti, and a 33 Austin, American Austin, a 29 Kissel. Oh, look at the golf bags stored on here. 48 MG. Oh, I like those MGs. Had a friend who had one that was so cool. And this is a 32 American Austin and 58 Vespa. Really? Did not know Vespa made cars from France. Wicker seats. Boy, that is really simple. That looks more like a souped up golf cart. $525. It's a rear engine with the storage up front. Oh, these are some cute little cars. Have just a few more to show you. This is a 1905 Franklin. This is a really odd looking car. 1931 Bugatti. And the red one here is 67 Ferrari. And going back old, 1913 Chalmers. I'm not sure I've seen that brand before. Looks a lot like others. And this is the last one, a 1906 Pope Toledo. This is a really nice museum, and it's free. They are not charging anything to get in. So if you got an hour or two, this would be a nice place to come see a car museum. Good day, folks.